Welcome back to the Marathon Phoenix video commentary. My name is Ryoko2K. This is episode 6. We'll be discussing the level Shades of Grey. As a brief aside, I actually had to re-record this level because after I recorded it, about a day after I recorded this playthrough, I realized there was some bad audio that had crept in, and so I had to redo the whole thing. So you'll notice some ammo inconsistencies, but it doesn't matter. Shades of Grey is one of my favorite levels in all of Phoenix. I'm actually going to let this play out here for just a second. And it introduces those enemies, the renegade defenders, the star players, I guess, in the renegade army. Ever since the nascent stages of development of what would become Phoenix, the defenders would be used as sort of the main players or the main enemies that you would be fighting against. And I kind of wanted to design a scenario around these enemies as sort of the central antagonists, because they look so cool. The defenders look really cool, and they're never used as your enemies in vanilla Marathon. Shades of Grey is a very non-linear level. It's one that's all about exploration. The objective of this level, as stated, is simply just to explore. There's something at the northern end of the area that you're obligated to check out. There's actually several other things that you have to accomplish in order to solve this level. And the objectives are sort of given to you, they're fed to you one at a time, but you can accomplish them in any order. So if you know what you're doing, and obviously I do, I think, you're able to solve this level in just a few minutes. I am heading to the stated objective right now, which is that there's like a building, a terminal that you're looking for. But other than that, you also have to gain access to the teleporters in order to leave the level, and in order to use the teleporters, you also have to power them up. So you have to find the switches to open the doors to get to the teleporters. You also have to find an uplink chip in order to restore power to them. So, in all, there's a fair amount of exploration required to solving this level. And I'm using the term solve because in a level like this, that's actually kind of how it works. Unlike the previous level, the Count of Tuscany, which was a pretty straightforward level with lots of big battles, but one that had just a handful of linear paths that you had to follow, this one is so open, and there's many different directions that are available to you, and it's not really clear which one you're supposed to go down. It is sort of an issue of solving the level. It's a puzzle, so as you explore it, you kind of get a grasp of where everything connects to, and then you're able to put those pieces together, hit all the switches that you need to hit, and progress out of the level. So right now I actually took a wrong turn. I'm going to get the uplink chip next. You wouldn't know that you needed this uplink chip yet. After you finish your exploration, you are I think you're kind of told that you have to figure out a way to get to the teleporter, but you don't know how, so you're just sort of expected to wander around. This level is pretty atmospheric. It uses a quiet soundtrack. There's not a ton of noise or anything like that, and the combat, relative to the rest of Phoenix, is pretty sparse. And of course, the intro to the level, you didn't see a single enemy for a short while until the one defender attacked you. As far as the defenders go, this level is, of course, the second level that features the renegades, but it's the first level that features the defenders, and this whole chapter, which is chapter 2, slowly introduces the renegade enemies to you. The first level just had hunters, enforcers, and cyborgs, and they all kind of follow the normal rules. This level, as it introduces the defenders and focuses on the defenders, it has a lot of ambushes involving the defenders. It helps you get more accustomed to how they fight, because you've never fought them before. Certainly not as how I have designed them, which is very aggressive and very, very, very deadly enemies. They're actually some of my favorite enemies. I'm really pleased with how they turned out. They are very dynamic, especially relative to other Marathon enemies, because of how primitive the AI is in this game for the most part. So as you can see, there's two basic classes of defenders. There's the green ones and the red ones. And it's the only difference, of course, is the little light on their arm. And also the color of beams that they shoot. The green defenders are pretty tame. They are more like vanilla defenders. Their shots hurt, but they're easily dodged. So they are very much like airborne hunters. Not too threatening, and a single charge shot from the fusion cannon kills them in one hit, regardless of difficulty, which is, it's pretty nice. The red defenders, as you saw, have a very, very devastating burst attack. It's difficult to avoid, and each shot is very powerful. A full blast from a defender will kill you if you only have red health. They are very deadly. They are always deadly. There is no situation in which they are not a priority target. So, I like that about them, because I don't think it's cheap. I don't think that's a cheap attack. It's not like a seeking attack. It follows a consistent rule, in that it just, it shoots, boom, just like that. You can dodge it, of course. You can shoot them back. It follows a rule. And the other reason that defenders are so deadly in general is because, of course, they fly. And they will use the architecture throughout Phoenix to their advantage. They'll fly through windows, they'll fly over rocky walls. They will go out of bounds. Of course, out of bounds is relative to what you, the player, are able to go through. So you can lose track of them, and they'll kind of circle around, and they'll attack you later from an angle you don't expect. That part is pretty unpredictable, and it makes them persistent threats throughout the course of the game. I like that. I like that aspect of them, because it keeps you on your toes in a way that most other enemies really don't. While I've been yammering on, I actually hit both of the switches to open the big doors that reach to the teleporter, and I have the uplink chip, and I just put the uplink chip in place, so this level is done. I just need to get to the exit. I'm backtracking here because I ignored a secret earlier. I ignored it on purpose. It's just this yellow can in the water. Because we're going to reach the end of the level. There's a big fight here. And I'm going to kind of let it play out for a moment. It's nothing that you haven't seen by this point in this level. But you are seeing, again, the sort of the balance of weapons in Phoenix, because even though these are almost all mechanical enemies, the assault rifle is better because of that splash. So if you get stuck to one weapon, you will suffer for it, especially on Total Carnage. And then, of course, there's this boss. This guy just opens the door and shoots you in the face, and if you're not expecting it, you will probably die. I'm not above using cheap shots like that every now and again, because death in this game is it's not very costly. That's the level, actually. That's it. It's pretty short. Tune in next time for the next level, Vampire Killer. Thank you for watching.